Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I wanted to talk about another old marathon that I ran. In 2003, I ran the Oklahoma Marathon. It was held in Tulsa, Oklahoma, November of that year. The Oklahoma Marathon ended shortly thereafter because a newer, bigger company came in and started holding the Route 66 Marathon in Tulsa. I think that began in 2005 or 2006. But up until then, this Oklahoma Marathon had been held for some number of years. I think I ran I don't have the number. I thought it was like the 10th annual or something like that. But it was held by a smaller group that was affiliated with a lot of the 50 state runners that ran in each of the 50 states. So it had a lot of those people show up to have a marathon in Oklahoma. The Oklahoma City Marathon also, I think, started in 2001, the Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon. But I went in and decided to run this one. The last marathon I had run prior to this was in 1999 when I ran the Houston Marathon and became injured. I trained again in 2000 for a marathon. I got hurt. I trained in 2001. I got hurt. I trained in 2002. I became hurt. 2003, my podiatrist was able to adjust my orthotics. It looked like I was finally going to make it to a marathon without getting injured. I had gotten into trail running more. I had run the Rockledge Rumble 25K in 2001 and 2002. I also ran it like a couple weeks before this race in 2003. But I had decided I really wanted to run the Sunmark Texas Trail 50K for my first ultra in December of 2003. I still wasn't super confident that I would make it because it had been almost 5 years since I had been able to complete a marathon. So I kind of scheduled things out. I saw that this race, I think, was 3 weeks prior to my Sunmark, and I decided to make this my last long run. So that way, if I got through it, it would be great. I would have a marathon done, even if I didn't make it through the 50K. If I got hurt during it, at least I would hopefully finish the marathon and get one in, because it had been, like I said, almost 5 years. It ended up being a really pleasant experience. My wife and my daughter went with me. My daughter was just 2.5 years old. You'll see some pictures. The run was, we ran along the trails that go along the Arkansas River in Tulsa. It was really very pretty. Now I don't remember if it was 3 or 4 loops up and down the Arkansas River. I believe the Route 66 Marathon still does that once, but then they get out on other trails, on other roads, and it isn't as repetitive. But this was a well put on marathon. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful day. I really enjoyed it. Very happy to get to complete the marathon. I wasn't real quick. Back in the late 90s, I was doing most of my marathons in just under 4 hours. This one I ran in 4 hours and 16 minutes, but I was just thrilled to finish a marathon at all. So it was a really good experience. I was able to finish it, and then I was able to go do my Sunmark, my first 50K, 3 weeks later. So very good experience, really enjoyed it, and I'm gonna show you a few of my keepsakes from the race now. Thanks. Okay, so this is the medal I received. It's very pretty, blue, metallic, shiny. It said the Oklahoma Marathon in Tulsa, November 22nd, 2003. It raised money for the Tulsa Boys Home. Anyway, very nice. This was the little keepsake book my wife kept up for my first several marathons. We haven't done it now for several years, but so there you can see us leaving the hotel in the morning, me walking with my daughter. As you can see, she was kind of bundled up, which actually made it was like perfect marathon weather, a little cool for spectators, good for runners. It was probably in the 40s. There she is in her running stroller
and we had a balloon. You'll see at the start, they gave us balloons that we let go of, and quite a made a nice picture at the start. Here, my wife and daughter are waiting for Dad at the finish, and my daughter's in the running stroller, and we're right along the Arkansas River, which is very pretty. This is a photo from my finish, coming across the finish line. And there's just another picture of me with my daughter. And then here's a little saying that my wife put in here that says, "Congratulations on completing the Oklahoma Marathon. You are one of a very few that have mastered the distance." Shorty Sheehan once said, "It's where you bring your honor to the line," and he equated it to the moral equivalent of war. You are to be commended. Now, in this day of war going on in Ukraine, I would definitely not equate it to war, but there is something to be said for the satisfaction and the accomplishment of finishing a marathon. Other than that, I have a few little photos that I think these. Let me finish near the finish line. There's my race number, and that's really all I had for keepsakes from that race. But it was a very good experience, and I just thought I would share. Thanks a lot. Bye. And remember, keep moving.